must fit here. Something must fit here. Case closed. How can I unlock this? Unlock this. Unlock. Something must fit here. Unlock this. Unlock. Case closed. Case closed. Case closed. Love, Nancy. Something must fit here. Something must fit here. Case closed. How can I unlock this? Unlock this. Unlock. Something must fit here. Unlock this. Unlock. Case closed. Case closed. Case closed. Love, Nancy.
Hello, everyone. Sorry it took us a little bit longer to get going tonight. Streaming is always a fun time when figuring out electronics and technology. How is everyone doing? Are you excited to learn and play a game? Because I am. Welcome to everyone. I hope you are having a wonderful Wednesday evening. everyone say a big hello to Stockton in chat. That is Sam Stockton, who is the creator of Forges of Ravenshire, designer and publisher, BA Games. That is what we are playing tonight. We are going to do a learn and play. Sam is we're going to do that on Sovereignty in just a second. I will switch over and you will get to see Sam's face. Hopefully if everything works out. But I'm really excited to learn the game. I got to meet Sam just for a hot minute at Gamma. Gamma was like wild. Y'all heard me do my recap. And got to see the game all laid out on the table. I'm very excited to learn. Hi Danny, hi Kiwi, hi Valletta. Welcome everyone. Definitely let us know if volume levels are good when I switch over. And if anything happens during the stream, of course, let us know in chat. I know that you will. But yeah, I'm excited. This game is on Kickstarter for 8 more days. I do have a link. Let me go ahead and just throw some things out before we switch over to the screen where Sam is. There is the link for you to check it out on Kickstarter. Also, just a little info about our special guest, Sam, and that is the link to the website for BA Games. So please, everyone, let me know how your Wednesdays are going, and I'm going to go ahead and switch over to our guest screen so you can actually see Sam. Let me switch over. Yay, there's Sam. Say hello.
Hello, how are you today?
Good. Okay, now is the time for everyone to tell us how the audio levels are.
I think that.
Right? Am I too loud? Yeah, are Sam and I balanced well? Last time I had to put my microphone like way over here because to balance out with Danny. I was too loud.
Well, it's all based on your chakras, right?
Right?
How that
I know.
correlates with each other. So I feel like we had a good mix at Gamma. So hopefully,
I
it
know.
is permeating through the internet.
Exactly. We're connected now.
Yeah, it is. We give each other a hug, so it's like that's it.
That's it.
It's
now
over.
we're connected forever.
Yes.
You think it's good? Okay. I did push my microphone. I didn't push my microwave. I pushed my mic away from my face. Is it good? Is it good right
microwave.
here? Is it good right here? I'll leave my microphone right here. Let me know if it's good. And in the meantime, Sam, tell us a little bit about yourself and BA Games and Forges of Ravenshire. Like, how did you get started with this game?
This game or BA Games?
Let's do BA Games
or
first.
Both.
BA Games
okay.
first.
So I'm Sam Stockton. I am one of 5 brothers. So
nice.
That's a lot of us.
Yeah.
And if everyone asks us the question, what does BA stand for? It actually means Brothers Awesome.
Oh, I was going to say badass.
We appreciate that, and we kind of allude to it with the goat with the headband in it.
Right.
Why not, right? But looking back on it, maybe it should have been a donkey.
Right.
Anyway, so what happened was I was 7 years old, and I was really into MC Hammer at the time.
Ooh.
And my aunt had one of those like karaoke deck, like you could record on a cassette.
Uh-huh.
And so I recorded my own rap called Brothers Awesome, Best in the World. And, that was my hit album single. And hopefully it's been burned by now. But like, it was really bad. Like, I did my own beatboxing that was not coherent. And it was Brothers Awesome, Best in the World was like the whole thing. And so I got made fun of for years for that.
Oh,
and then
what number are you in the brothers? Like where are
number
you?
Number 3.
Line? 3. Okay. So you're like right in the middle.
But I was the youngest for 12 years.
Okay.
And then there was 2 more brothers.
Okay. So you got the baby treatment for a little bit.
For 12 years. And then I became like one of the middle child, like at one point.
Yeah,
it was kind of weird.
Yep.
It was interesting. But what ended up happening was they made fun of me for years, but eventually I just embraced it and my stardom. So we ended up eventually we wanted to do something, so we ended up forming a game company, and we're like, hey, what should we call it? I'm like, BA Games, Brothers
Like,
Awesome Games, and they're
well, I did do this tape a long time ago.
this is one mixtape that's totally fire.
Right,
So
right. You're like, guys, I have a great idea.
we're gonna do this. We'll call him Z Hammer. We're gonna get permission.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great story though for a startup.
So
story.
that's the birth of BA Games. So our first game was Cult of the Deep, which is a hidden roll dice game. So you're all members of a cult, and you're trying to figure out who's part of which faction in the cult because you're
Yeah,
not sure. And so,
Uh-huh.
but you want to make sure your faction wins, and so you're
Oh.
stabbing each other and having a good old time. It's a lot of fun. I enjoyed that one.
Nice.
It actually just got nominated, or it's a finalist in the Origins Awards for Best 2D Art and Illustration.
That's right. They announced that at the media first look. Yeah, it's very exciting.
Very excited. So we get to Cold to the Deep. But what we're here today to talk about, though, is Forges of Ravenshire.
Yes.
Just
How
currently
did that one come about?
It was Forges of Ravenshire was originally a Viking game.
Mm-hmm.
It's totally not now because you see the cute furry animals.
In fact, I'm gonna go to our table. So we're not playing Isle of Cats. We're playing I was playing that with Danny, and that's the last table I was at.
So Forges of Ravenshire was originally a Viking game that was centered around. It had two parts. It was one part was around creating items and like getting stuff and like creating weapons and armor and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Then the other part was to send people out on missions and like with equipment, and then that would be a thing. After a lot of testing, we decided to cut that whole portion out. Plus, it sounded a little too much like Champions of Midgard, so we're like, okay, let's take that out, get this forging thing going, because we focus more on the forging aspect of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So
nice. You know what my husband said to me? He I was telling him about the game, and I was telling him about the name and everything. And he kind of giggled, and he was like, it reminded him of the cones of Dunshire.
Dunshire?
Yeah. I was like, that's not what it is. That's not the same game.
We're thinking about it.
That's the parody
of the game.
That's the parody version.
It's all about the cones.
I was like, that's not the same game. I'm not playing Cones of Dunshire.
I'm gonna take my farmer.
Right.
No, a very different game. Which
Yeah.
that's been kickstarted actually a few times. I'm not sure if it's ever really done well.
The Cones of Dunshire has?
Yeah. People have actually tried to.
I didn't know that.
Someone actually bought the rights to it, I think, and actually created a Kickstarter for it.
Oh my god. That's hilarious.
It's
Well,
genius.
this one has 8 more days, and it was funded in 6 hours. 6.1
6.2516 hours.
Yeah. Which is very impressive, honestly. There's been a lot of hype for the game, which is very exciting.
Mm-hmm. We're pretty happy. We've had a strong community behind us to get it launched, and then the momentum has been building up, and we're pretty happy with it right now with where we're going. So
yeah,
we're super excited.
I'm very excited for you. I'm excited to learn it and to play it. So if you want to dive in, if we want to go ahead and get started.
Well, I am ready, so just ready up, and we'll do this thing.
Okay. Do you want me to click ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. So you gotta click ready as well.
Oh, I gotta click ready too. I'm still new to sovereignty.
Danny, don't judge us.
I know.
If she's there.
She did teach me some of the like camera controls, but I have not forgotten all of it, I swear.
You will find out.
I know.
You will be judged.
Probably.
All right. So I think we should include the automated opponent. So we have what's called AO, which is an option. It's used in the solo mode of the game where you're competing against an opponent.
Okay.
But we also add it for like the 2-player version. So you're playing 2-player, you can have like a third player who's getting involved and messing things up.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
We'll play apprentice level.
I'm just playing with the controls. Yeah, Danny,
So
feel free to put some tips for camera controls in the chat if you want. Anything we might have forgotten.
do you feel comfortable with some player powers?
Sure. Would you normally start someone out with player powers?
And it varies depending on their skill level.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll try
You're
it.
a streamer, you play a lot of games, so
Yeah.
we'll just throw it in there.
That sounds good.
Right. Woo.
I love the art.
Thank you. That's one of the things that we strive for. Is I'm a huge art fan, so when I
Yeah.
do games, I like to have really strong quality art. So
Yeah, it looks really good.
so it's creating the AO deck currently,
Okay.
adding the cards, doing the shuffling. Nice.
It's also just nice how everything works on sovereignty in general.
Yeah, I like how it's rules enforced. It really helps.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's give a brief description of the game because your first choice starts now. So, in Forges of Ravenshire, the Forge Master has gone missing. We don't know what happened to them. Some say he wanted the heart of a stone dragon in order to make this beautiful, wonderful armor, but he went into the dragon but never came out. So, we don't know what happened.
Okay.
So, what we're trying to do is we're going to become the next Forge Master. And we do that by having a competition for a year or 4 seasons. And what we're going to do is see who can make the most money. Whoever can make the most money, they will be in charge of the Forge.
Okay.
Become a new Forge Master. So to do that, the main way you're going to make money is by building contracts.
Okay.
So currently in your hand, you have 3 contracts to choose from. You can have an armor, a weapon, or a shield, basically. And what happens, there's certain requirements on those. They'll require steel and leather for sure. And then some of them will require wood as well.
Okay.
So you're trying in the gathering phase to collect those things in order to be able to complete those pieces of equipment. And when you do that, you'll get the reward. So, for example, I have a armor that's 6 steel and 2 leather. And if I complete it, then I get 9 gold and an action token. So that's kind of the base level of this game, is that you're trying to make the most money, and you do most of that by building contracts.
Okay.
The second way you get it is through achievements. So up here we have these titles, is what they're called. And so these kind of tell you what are the different achievements you can earn in the game. So right now we have
where is that on
right below the main board. It says armorer, artificer,
oh,
embersmith, and shieldwright.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Okay, got it.
Now normally you don't have these numbers next to them. That's for AO, the automated opponent, to modify its deck. So the opponent will actually, based on the achievements and certain card pools and things, will actually become a different player. They'll have certain strategies that it wants to accomplish. So the opponent's actually customizable.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna do this. So that's kind of achievements. So it looks like armor and shields are highly valued in this game because that title is available. So armor and shield will be worth a little more. And also building a lot of contracts also seems to be something that you may want to do, because that's the artificer, completing 7 contracts.
And what's the embersmith?
Okay, so when you complete a contract, like you spend the steel, the leather, and all that,
right,
what'll happen is you can then put a finish on it. So you can just do a normal finish, which means you don't do anything extra. You just complete the item as is.
Mm-hmm.
You can, though, incorporate mithril or embergem into the item. So instead of just making a sword, that's like, oh, I made a sword. You make a mithril sword.
Mm-hmm.
So you're taking that mithril and you incorporate into the item. Then that item is cooler, right? So it'll increase your reputation. Embersmith is you can use ember gems to incorporate into the weapons or the items. And what that'll do is it'll make it more valuable.
Okay.
So whenever you do an item and then add 2 ember gems and a charcoal, you'll
Right.
actually get 4 extra gold
Okay.
for making it cooler.
Cool. What's the little red? That's the gems
The little gem looking things.
next to
Rupees.
the check mark. Next to the contract with the check mark is the.
Yep. So those are the ember gems.
And then
And you'll see
what's the little brown fiery looking thing next to that?
Oh, that's charcoal.
Charcoal. Got it. Okay.
All right.
Cool.
So I'm going to go ahead and pick a contract card. I'm going to pick.
I feel like there was Danny. Is there a shortcut way to look at your cards that I'm forgetting about?
Just kind of look down. Like if you hold right click on the
instead
screen.
of having to do this all the time.
Is it inspect?
Yeah, I was trying to think if there's like a shortcut. I thought there was a way to do it. Zoom, scroll wheel on the mouse. Yeah. Look around. Right click and hold. Oh, just using the slider probably. Okay.
The slider will change your position.
Right. Okay.
Where you're looking at.
There's an inspect on the left.
A little magnifying glass.
Oh, just clicking that will take me to the cards that I need to look at?
What you do is you inspect and you hit the card, and the card will pop up nice and big.
Oh.
And then you can use next to take a look at your cards. You just go
Aha.
through.
Okay, cool. All right, so now I'm just choosing a contract that I would want to do.
Yep, to start with.
At this point, they all really kind of need... I don't have any armor, which you said armor is more like...
Armor and shields.
Armor,
Those are the two
armor and
most.
shields. Okay, so I do have 2 shields. Let's see. Let's do... You know what? I'm gonna go big and do that one.
All right.
Yes, I'm done choosing a card. Okay.
All right. So now we're going to use your assistant. So we each got an assistant card. That's your power. Because your character is the lovely Pine Martin, which is the
Aw.
top left of your player board.
Uh-huh.
Right? So that's your character. Then you have an assistant. And that assistant is going to give you your powers or different abilities. So, for example, right now in the gathering phase, you can go ahead and pick 2 goods of your choice. So, goods are the 5 goods that are on your player board. You have wood at the very top,
Uh-huh.
then charcoal below that, then ore, then leather, and steel. So, those are the 5 goods that you'll have when it comes to building stuff and doing things.
Okay.
All right, so you can go ahead and pick 2.
Let's do leather and wood. Okay.
Awesome. All right, so now I'm first. I'm the first player.
Okay.
So in this game, what you do is during the gathering phase this is where you're sending your workers out into the town, as well as getting workers from the town. You're going to place and do an action. You're going to take a different die to the action and then run the guild of your choice. So, for example, I'm working on building a shield. So I definitely want some wood and some things here.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 1. I'm going to put it right here at space number 2 or to the forest. That gives me 3 wood and a dragon scale. Now I'm going to take a die. I can take any die except the one that I placed down. So I'm feeling kind of, that yellow's a bad die there. I don't like that. I think this green, I think. Yeah, I'll take the green 3 at the forest as well. So I'll take that one. Right? That gives me 3 wood. And then, if you notice on my board, that green die now is in the green column of my player board.
Oh,
And what
I
that
see.
means is now I get to do all the actions associated with that guild. So now I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pick one good of my choice, which I'm going to pick a leather. And then now I'm done. That's my turn. I'm good.
And where do you see the actions that are associated with that guild?
So if you look at your column on your player board, you have 3
Uh-huh.
columns. Those are your actions. So currently you have one, which is get a good of your choice, and then you have 2 empty spaces. So you could actually fill those with your choice of by recruiting more guild members. You can actually fill those spaces up and do more actions whenever you pull that color die.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I think so. I got a little turned around because my camera angle got weird.
All right, so first up, we'll just walk you through it. So first,
Yeah,
you're going to
that
take a
works.
die and place it.
Okay, so I already have 1 leather and 1 wood, so I'm going for, I need, that's steel, right? Steel, wood, and leather for my shield.
Yes. Now, steel can be made later using ore and charcoal, which we'll get to in the production phase.
Okay.
But right now, the gathering
So
phase.
probably, so did the AI person go to the wood area?
Yep.
Okay.
And they took from the leather area.
So I cannot go to the wood area.
It's currently blocked. Now, you can pull one of those, but you
And
can't
that would
place
give
there right now.
me, if I pulled the, can you pull either one?
Yes.
So if I pulled the, either way, it's gonna give me 3 and the dragon skill
But the
thing.
question becomes, what actions? Do you want the yellow, which will usually give you like mystics and stuff, or you want the purple, which will give you like coins or exchanging coins for their stuff?
I think I want. I think I would want the purple one. Do I?
Okay.
So
So let's do this. So go ahead and take your let's do the purple one and put it on area 6. Or right underneath the guild hall. That's where all the tiles are at on the main board.
Okay.
And boom. So that's going to give you a good of your choice. And then you're going to recruit a guild member.
Let's do.
So if you're going to grab purple, I recommend grabbing one of the purples.
Okay, but first I have to choose the resource. Let's go for. Let's do that. Okay, select a highlighted guild member card to recruit them. Okay. You said go for one of the purples, you think?
Yeah, because if you're planning on pulling purple, it's not a
Yeah.
bad way to go start. So go ahead and go there. Pick one of those 2.
What's the difference between, so the top one would give me a coin would equal a wood and
A mystic.
a mystic.
A mystic are anyone, there's 4 mystics. There's a dragon scale, ember gem, mithril,
got
and
it.
talisman.
I see. Okay. Let's go for. I'll go for this one.
Okay. So you spent 2 coins to recruit it, is what that did. So now instead
on the
of 4
left-hand
coins,
side.
now you have 2 coins.
Okay.
And you recruited that one.
Okay.
So now you're going to grab a die. You can grab any die except for that purple one that you placed.
Okay, so I could grab this one.
Yep. So they'll give you 3 wood, and they give you a dragon scale. And now it's going to ask you to make some choices here. So the first one is you can either get a coin or you can spend a coin to get an action token. Which action tokens are useful for getting more contracts, doing upgrades, and stuff like that.
Okay, we'll do that one.
Yeah.
With the
And then the
action
next
token.
one is just going to get you a coin.
Okay, so you just do every single one that's underneath the purple.
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
All right.
And then are you
Then
finished? Or do I need to use the action token now?
you don't have to. I would just pass for right now.
Okay. Okay, so confirm. Okay.
All right.
Got it.
All right. So my turn then. Let's see. I need some steel. Oh, it's a lot of yellow. There's a green there. Oh, it's a purple. Oh, it's all purple there. I want. So I'm gonna take my 4 yellow then, and we're gonna get some ore. Then, be that. I will take this purple 3, which for good, I will get some more leather. Then I'm going to recruit this guy, 1. Then I'm going to go ahead and spend a coin to get a wood, and I'll go ahead and get a mithril. Then for the merchant, I'm just going to go ahead and get another coin.
I love that it's mithril. That just makes me think of Lord of the Rings.
Yep, exactly. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my action token.
Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead, and there's a few actually action tokens you can do upgrades and stuff. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to upgrade my steel. Do that actually? Yeah, I don't want to do that. I want shields. All right, so I'm going to refresh contracts. So I get to choose a row. I'm going to choose the common row, and I'm going to want 3 new ones.
Oh, okay.
All right, and then I also get to pick one as well. So I'm going to grab this shield.
Okay.
All right, so I'm good. I'm done. I'm good to go.
Okay. So now we have the AI player, AO.
Yep. So with AO, how it works is it's going to take a die, place it down with a priority,
Mm-hmm.
then it's going to pull a die based on priority. In case highest green, and it's going to whenever it gains goods, it just gains cubes instead.
Oh, okay.
This is generic cubes.
That's what
and
the red
part
ones
of
are.
This is at
Okay.
11, which means it's actually almost ready to do a contract. It had a really good first turn.
Right.
And so what it means is when it gets to 13, it'll then complete a contract. It'll try and complete an armor because that's a priority. That's why the number 1 is an armor. So it tries to do an armor first, and it'll try and play it like a player. Oh, not there. I'll try to refresh it and try and get an armor. If it can't do an armor, it'll then do a shield. And then it'll pay those cubes and whatever. And then whenever it gains like a mystic or anything like that, it'll just gain a gold instead.
Okay.
So
we just got a raid. Thank you, Board Game House, for the raid. Hello,
we love
everyone.
Board Game House.
How are you?
I think
how was your stream? You got to meet. I met them at was that
Gamma, right?
No, actually PAX Unplugged. They were
is that
playing.
where you met them?
Yeah, they were playing the Sushi Go, like the Sushi Golf, at the Sovereignty booth with Danny and Grant and as Cadelia.
Because I ran into, I think is it Steven? I don't remember his name. He basically does work for Czech Games Edition or CGE.
Oh yeah,
I met him at Gamma.
Nice. Yeah, how are y'all? How was your stream? Y'all were doing was it the party night? I think is what I saw or something like that. I hope your stream went well. Everybody that's new here, I am Board Gaming Mama. Y'all can call me Mama. I am a board game streamer, puzzly streamer, cozy streamer, point and clicks. I play kind of a wide variety of games. I'm definitely known for my puzzles, and I love figuring things out. I show off board games. I play board games. So welcome in. You're in the right place. Tonight we are playing Forges of Ravenshire with Sam Stockton, the designer and publisher from BA Games.
What's
This
up?
is still on Kickstarter, so grab your drinks, take a seat, and enjoy watching Forges of Ravenshire. We are learning and playing.
What's up, cat skills?
Sam is teaching me, and I am learning as we go how to play the game. Hi, Josh, and hey, Vault. Thank you so much for this shout out. Yeah, y'all go check out Board Game House if you're not already. I love that there's so many other board game streamers on Twitch. It's very exciting to meet more and more of them. I think it's really
slowly growing the hobby.
We really are. Every time I raid into somebody who's not a board game streamer, they're like, Mama, it's so cool to see people who play board games on Twitch, and I don't see it that often. I'm like, there is a community there, but yeah, it's hard to people don't know, so it's nice to spread awareness any way we can.
One of us.
Right?
One of us. One of us.
All right, so it is my turn now.
Mm-hmm.
So I get to choose a die to play. So looking at my board down here, this shows me I have 6 wood, right? That's the little red things are tracking my resources. Okay, so in order to, and my goal, I need to try to make this shield over here, right?
Yes.
So I've got plenty of wood. I need some, let's see. I still need some more leather. Need some more iron. So, what do we got going on over here? Let's do... Ooh, okay. And then the color of the die is what allows me to take advantage of the guild.
Yes.
Okay. So, my harvester, if I were to place that...
So whatever you place, you do the action on the board.
Yeah.
Whenever you take, you do the action on the board. And then you run the guild based on the color.
Okay. So placing it doesn't really matter for the guild stuff.
Only if you don't you don't want me to have something. As when you're placing, you want to go for what you want.
You could grab it.
Because I could grab it, and so you're
Got it.
Like, he wants this. He's already got plenty of leather. He doesn't want more, so we'll just
right. Okay.
So
and
there's a lot of I want this, but maybe I can do this because he doesn't want it.
What's the black?
So the black is your special die. So you always have more dice than everybody else. So you have more options to choose from.
Okay.
And the black die in this case counts for any guild.
Okay. It's like a wild.
So it's a wild. It's currently set so that anyone can use it. So if you put it out there, I could take it and choose whatever guild I want to run. Okay. So it's not necessarily that's getting changed in the long-term version. So what we're going to do is you're going to be able to put it out there. Mm-hmm. And then if I want to use it, I have to pay you money to use it.
Oh, okay.
Is what we're going to do.
Okay. That will be in the final.
Yeah, so that's one of the changes we're going to make because it feels kind of bad that you have that. It's good that you have it for options, but in the end, it's also very helpful to me.
Right.
So having it so it's helpful, but then I have to pay you money for it. That makes more sense for a Raven broker.
Right.
That's your assistant. And so I got to pay you money to use your stuff. That makes we like that better in the long run.
Hi, Arturo.
But for now.
Okay, so for now, it's basically a wild, essentially.
Yep.
Okay. So I need to get steel or armor. Let's go for... I'm just going to pick this one, and I'm going to put it over here to get 2 leather. And then Vault says this looks complex. There are some different moving parts. I don't think it's super complex. I'm still learning, obviously. So I think the mechanics of it are, just as someone who has literally just started learning the game, I don't think it's like super complex. And I think it helps that Sam is talking me through. And I think once you get playing a couple turns, you kind of get the feel
Once
for it.
we finish a season, you'll be good because you're going to do the same thing 3 more times.
Right.
So,
Also,
basically
thanks, Josh, for the lurk.
So in this game, what you got to focus on is I have a contract. I am
Right.
building towards that contract. So I need steel, wood, leather.
Right. Like I'm trying to make this shield over here on the side.
And so that's step 1. Get towards that. So the whole phase here is place a die, do the action. There's like any other worker placement game out there. You put a die down, do the thing.
Right.
So where it gets a little twisty is you're going to then pull a different die and do the thing as well. So you're going to place, do the thing, and then take, do the thing.
Does it matter which order I trigger these guild merchant cards?
No.
Okay. Because I do both of them either way, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And then what we're going to do is she placed a die down. I think it was the yellow 2.
Yes.
And got 2 leather and a talisman.
Yeah.
Then she grabbed a 2 purple from spot 5, which gave her a steel.
Yeah.
But then because it's purple, it goes to the purple column or that workshop.
Yeah, it went down here.
Right. So on your player board, you have 3 workshops. You have alchemist, harvester, and merchants, or purple, green, yellow. And so when you pull the purple die and you did the action like normally you would, you then run that guild. So now you're going to run that workshop. And so now she's like, okay, I'm going to get a coin.
Yeah.
And then I'm also going to do, and I'm going to get another coin. So you just gained 2 coins.
Yeah.
She's good. She's done.
Do you need to do an action token this time around?
Yeah, if you wish.
To try
you want to show it an action token.
Yeah.
So every time it's your turn, you're going to place, do action, take, do action, guild workshop, action. Like that's what every time. That's your turn every time.
Ooh, there's a lot.
And then
you
can use these. Then you can use these action tokens to do like one of 5 things. These are optional. So you can recruit guild members or more tiles. So you can make, when you use those workshops, you can make them stronger.
Okay.
You could also gain a contract. You can refresh a row and get a contract, meaning like I don't want these 3 contracts. Which is what you did the
last time. You did that.
Yeah, so like I don't like these. Let's put 3 in the bottom, draw 3 new ones, and see if one of those are good.
Right.
Which I got a shield, so I was good with that.
Right.
So that's the other option. So that's 3 of them right there. Recruit guild members or gain a contract. In 2 ways. Then there's also an upgrade, which you can upgrade your forge with different things. So you can upgrade your steel production or your charcoal production, or like on the bottom row of your guild workshop, see that little lock bar?
Yes.
That's currently locked. And until you upgrade that, you can't get more.
Oh. And that's expand workshop. Okay.
And then you also have overtime cards, which at this point we're thinking about taking out. They're nice, they're cool, but a little more streamlining might not be bad here. But what it is you spend 2 action tokens, you can increase your reputation, or you can get some money in order to do more recruiting and stuff. Because the whole point of the game is whoever has the most money.
Right. And what is the upgrade foundry and upgrade kiln? Like, where do you see that happen? Is it on the board here?
Yeah, it's on the right-hand side.
Oh, right here.
So, yeah, so we have the gathering side, which is your left-hand side with all the workshops and stuff.
Right.
And then what happens, once we've gone around 3 times, we're going to move to the production phase. And I'll walk you through that.
Okay.
But what it is you're going to take those 3 dice you gathered, you're going to put them on this one of the 6 spots on the production board.
Got it. Okay. So
it's a little puzzle.
So at this point, like someone who's like, obviously we're still in the beginning, would you upgrade anything yet, or would you do the contract stuff and like recruit a member?
Are you doing shields or armor? Or you want to do
shield?
Okay. I might want to go for another contract.
Okay.
Because you got a lot of resources. So maybe you want to
get another shield one.
Yeah.
And I'm getting them from any of these, or
so only the gray, because reputation wise, if you look on the board here, your little character, we're level 0, which means all we have access to are level 1 star contracts, which are what these gray ones are.
Oh,
Once we're level 2, we can get access to more larger contracts, basically.
okay.
And
Where are you seeing 0?
on the bottom of the main board,
Mm-hmm.
bottom left, there should be a little star and 0. And there should be our little token standing up there.
Oh, the main board.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Over here.
Mm.
Oh, got it. Okay. So you just have to get higher reputation. Is that what you called it?
Yes. So, for example, the AI, AO, they've already got level 1 reputation.
Well,
So they've already gone up 1. Yeah, stupid Raven.
I know. God. Okay. All right. Well, then I think I will gain a contract. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to refresh.
Yeah. So what's going to happen is those 3 cards can go away.
Confirm. And then I still get
And
the
3 new
one.
ones come out.
And I'm going to grab this shield.
Boo.
Caught it. Okay, cool. And then confirm.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
All right. So she's done. So now it's my turn. So I'm going to take this 3 die. And I need... What do I need in my life?
That's the big question.
It is truly the big
What do
question.
we all need? Really?
There's a lot of yellow here. So much yellow.
There is a lot of yellow.
Oh, but there's some green too.
So yellow is mystics, green is like resources.
Yeah.
And then purple is money.
Yeah, exchange. So, all right. Oh man, this is tough. I think I got to recruit though. I have gold. We'll do that. So we'll go here. My 3.
Okay.
I'll get a good of my choice, which I'll give leather. And then I'm going to recruit a Gildenber. I think I actually want this yellow alchemist one. Yeah. That'll open up my yellow options. So now I recruited that guy. It goes put my player board. So now I have 2 tokens there. So now when I grab this yellow 2 from leather, it'll give me 2 leather and a talisman. And now I can run these actions. So I will gain a Ember Gem. And I will gain another talisman.
Nice.
Done.
And
Whoa.
those can be used to do what again? The talisman and the...
They can modify dice.
Modify dice. Nice. Okay.
Uh-oh, we're in trouble. Automated opponent's doing really well.
Isn't that how it always goes?
Well, it got the 2 reputation boosts early, and so now it completed an exceptional contract, which gave it even more, and it's getting like
computers taking over. That's what happens. This is happening.
That's how it is. Oh man!
Look at all the money they're making over here.
Got 24. So and it's, in the game, it's most money. Currently, it has 24.
Oh my
and
god!
It's all right. We'll catch up this round.
Okay.
I believe in us.
Okay. So now choose a die to place. Let's. What do I need? See, we got 6. We got 4. We just need 1 more steel to do that first shield. We're going to put that right here. And yeah, placing it gave me that. Okay. Take. Let's take from... What is this one over here? The
Where?
4 with the yellow 4 on it.
Oh, that spot is the ore. That's for the mountains. So that would give you more ore to make more steel.
I'm gonna take that.
Okay.
Okay. And then now I'm gonna trigger this. So I get to choose one or the other.
Yep.
Let's do a talisman. When can you complete your contracts?
During production.
During production. Okay, got it. Confirm.
All right, so now we're in production phase. So this is where a time in the actual game you'll do it simultaneously,
Okay.
and as well in this game. But what I'll do, I'll kind of walk you through it.
Okay.
So you have access to 4 dice, but you're only going to place 3 of them.
Okay.
You have your yellow 4, purple 1, purple 2, and the black 1.
Okay.
And what it is you have 6 spots on the production board over here. Top left, that first one, you can run any guild of your choice. So you put a die there, doesn't matter what number or what color, you just pick a guild and you run that column.
Okay, on my board.
Yes.
Okay.
The second spot is you get to use you get 2 action tokens, which is good for getting more contracts and getting other stuff. That's good.
Right.
The third spot is when it starts breaking down to different number types. So in the third spot, you have like 2 goods, or maybe you get mystic into good, depending on your numbers there.
Right.
And the fourth spot is you get 2 action tokens, reputation, or 4 gold. So that's another spot that you're trying to work with. What numbers you have there will determine what you get.
Okay.
All right. The last 2 spots are we call conversion spots. So when you put a die there, what you're going to do is you're going to convert like wood into charcoal, or charcoal and ore into steel. So I would recommend is do you have a contract that requires 5 wood or less?
No. They all are over 5.
They're all over 5. Okay. So if you're all right if I give you recommendations here?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I recommend is take your 2 and go ahead and put it on the third spot where I see where it says 2 goods.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead and get 2 wood.
Okay.
All right. What's the wood requirement for one of your contracts?
I've got a 6 and a 7.
All right. Perfect. We're good.
Okay.
All right. So now what I want you to do is take that purple 1 and put it in the charcoal spot.
In the charcoal spot right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now it's going to ask you how much do you want to convert. You only want to convert 1 right now. So modify that number so it's only 1.
So the 8 is what it's saying down here?
Yeah, you don't want 8 because that'll convert all of your wood.
Oh.
You only want to convert 1 wood.
That's the +1?
Yeah, so there should be a middle number that tells you what number you're going to convert. You want that to be 1.
So what I'm seeing down -10, down -1, 8 convert, and then up.
And that's what you want to
+1.
change. You want to hit the -1, get that down to.
Oh wait, undo. Okay, negative.
You want to hit the -1 and get that down to only 1.
Oh, I see. 1. Okay.
Okay. So that what happens is you convert 1 wood into 1 charcoal. Plus, you get a bonus for your die. The die gives you an additional 4 charcoal.
Oh, okay.
So what it is that worker is really good because he's a low number. He's really good at converting wood into charcoal.
Right.
Right. So now we're going to take your last die as a 4. So what we're going to do is let's maximize your steel. So go ahead and go to the market exchange and hit the talisman.
Wait, where?
You might have to go back because you put the die.
Undo. Market exchange.
And there should be one with like a talisman symbol or
Yes.
like you can modify die. Hit that. And then you're going to modify that 4 yellow to a 5.
Select the die. Up 1.
Yep.
Okay.
So talismans allow you to modify your dice. That's why they're useful. Because it helps you to deal with like, oh, all of my dice suck. You're like, well, with the talismans, you can make them to more of what you
Yeah.
want.
Adjust the value.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So now take that yellow 5
Mm-hmm.
and place it in the steel area.
Okay.
All right. So now we're gonna make some steel. I would recommend going a full 3.
A full 3. Okay. Convert 3.
Yeah. So you'll convert 3 ore and 3 charcoal into 3 steel plus an additional 3 for a total of 6 steel.
Okay.
All right. So now you have 9 steel, and you got some charcoal, and you got wood, and you have leather. So now let's go ahead and build a contract.
Okay. And that would be an action token or
Now what you do is just you click on the contract. Find the contract that you can build.
let's do
And click
this
on it.
one.
Okay. So that'll take all the resources, steel, leather, and wood that you need. It'll pay them out.
So say normal finish.
Normal finish. Hit normal finish. Boom. So now you gained 11 gold, and you
Nice.
got an action token.
Cool. Okay.
And that's the production phase. That's it.
Cool. All right, and then in turn.
Yeah. So I gotta go back to my camera now.
Okay. And you can still use action tiles during that time too.
Yes, action tokens can be used to like upgrade your foundry or different things like that.
Right.
Which I didn't have you do because you're going to use that to get contracts next turn.
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to do my turn real fast. So I want to run my guild, I think. No. I want to make some charcoal.
I think we can
No, I need wood.
watch you do yours. Let's see.
I need wood. So what I'm going to do then is take this 2 and go here.
So this is Sam's that we're looking at, everyone.
So we're going to get a 9. And we're going to get let's get a leather. All right. Then I'm going to take this 3. We're going to go here. We're only going to convert 1 wood. Some of that charcoal. Yeah. And I did a 3 because I get an ember gem out of this. Instead of going for full charcoal, I was like, I'll get more ember gems.
Okay.
All right. That's good. That's good. So now I'm going to take this. I need steel. This 4 here. We're going to convert 3. I'll convert a little less. We'll just do 2. That's a little extra. Awesome. And I got a 3 here. I need wood stuff. So I'm going to take this 3 here, and I'm going to put it in the guild, and I'm going to run my purple guild.
Mm-hmm.
Which I will spend a coin to get a wood, and I'll also get an ember gem. And I'll do this and get a coin. All right. So now I'm sitting here. So let's go ahead and do one of these. Let's do this one. We'll do this one, and we'll do an ember gem finish.
And the ember gems allow you to what again?
So ember gems have 2 purposes. So on your side of your board, you'll have what's called a market exchange.
Yeah.
So what it is you always have access to certain things in the market. So talismans can be turned in to modify dice. Ember gems, if you have 2 of them, they can be turned in for 2 goods, or you can use them as a finish to make your shield cooler. So instead of just like a normal shield,
that's right.
you want it to light on fire.
Yeah,
be all cool.
yeah. Okay.
Flaming shield.
And you get more coins for it, right?
Mm-hmm. Gives you 4 coins if you're able to do that.
Okay.
I have another shield that's 3 steel, which I have. It's 5 wood, which I don't have. and 4 leather, which I do have. So I need 1 wood. So what I can do is go to the market exchange, and we're going to exchange this dragon scale, right? So I spend a charcoal and a dragon scale to go ahead and get me that extra wood I need. Yeah. And then I want to do then is, I'm out of charcoal. Too sad inside. But we'll just do this here. We'll do this contract. Normal finish.
Where is the market exchange?
It's on your right hand side. There's a little token here. You'll see like 3 goods to 1 good, 3 mystics to 1 mystic.
Oh, I see. Over here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This little card.
Then I'm gonna hold my action tokens for now and turn.
Okay.
Dice are rolled on the main board. The bottom row is changed out on the guild market. All our dice are rolled, and the player turn will then pass to the left.
Okay.
And then we check the titles to see if anyone's earned them. No one's earned them yet, so then we just keep going. All right, so that's season 1. So season 2, just do it again.
Okay.
So you start with your player power, which means you get 2 goods of your choice.
A raven has gone out and found me things. Let's do... Where are we sitting at? I'll do that. I found some scraps of leather for me.
So Volt Vanderhuge, does this all make sense now?
Vault is a numbers guy. He's
okay.
He's an engineer. But yeah, I definitely think just the more you do it, like you said, it's like repetition, and you're just really placing die and collecting resources, and then kind of figuring out.
If you don't get in your head,
right,
which sometimes you will tend to,
which you can do, yeah, you can overthink it.
This game will cause paralysis.
Right,
like you'll stop and be like, I need to optimize, and then you'll go through all of the favorite things. Which I'm all for that. Do it in the solo game, but like your first game, just be willing to walk through it because you won't be able to see everything until you do it. Yes. Now that you've done it once, you're like, oh, contract, build, make money, colors and dice matter. But like at that point, you're just doing the same thing over and over.
Right. And you were saying too, these titles up here, like armor, Embersmith, shield right, like all these up here, you have to complete 5 contracts for shields in order to get the shield right one, right?
Correct. And once someone gets it, it's gone.
And that would give you 10 coins. And the whole point of the game is to get the most money by the end.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so choose a die to place. Let's go for... What do I need? 3. Plenty of that right now. Ooh, let's go for... do that. And I'm gonna grab from the forest as well. And then we're gonna run a guild down here. Another talisman. And you said right now it's advantageous to do shields?
It's your choice. Shields are good. You already have 1 shield.
Yeah.
So if you want to do another shield, you might have to refresh the thing and get more. There you go. which means there's only 2 shields left in that contract. Like, so there's 7 shields in the base contract.
Okay. And there's one sitting right there.
Mm-hmm. Which means I need to spend an action token in order to grab it. Like,
It's a hot,
okay.
hot commodity.
Which means I need to think about reputation because we're running out of shields over here, which means I need to think about the blue contracts. Which means I need to be level 2 in order
Oh,
to do
yeah.
that.
What gets you the reputation?
Completing contracts.
Oh.
Like with Mithril, or I'm going to show you right now. The other option is you can do is called an overtime card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend these 2 action tokens and do an overtime card, which is called special training. It's a one-time thing.
Uh-huh.
I gain a reputation.
So I did not gain a reputation for the one shield I did.
No, because you didn't. You just did a normal finish. If you did a mithril finish,
Got it.
then you would have more reputation.
Got it.
I got some leather.
Womp womp.
All right. I need to pull a die. You know what? We're gonna pull from here. I'm gonna pull this yellow. This yellow 3, because we're gonna go ahead and get some more leather. And we're gonna do that. We're gonna go ahead and recruit. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna spend some money to recruit. Let's grab some dragon scales. Now I'm going to run this column, and I got 3 actions now. So we're living the high life.
Nice.
That. Grab an Ember Gem.
It's full of the mystics over there.
Yeah. So you might think about actually recruiting something for you.
Yeah, going over there next. To fill up some of these columns.
Oh man, this computer is doing actually really well.
I know, look at them with their like hoard of gold over there.
Why you gotta be like that, bro?
Okay.
And this is on the easy setting too.
Live.
Don't worry. We made the AI a little hard.
They're too good.
We made it a little hard on purpose.
Right. So. Okay. Let's do.
But sometimes the combination just happens.
Okay. Is it better for me to get the mithril or the ember gem?
You might want a mithril at this point.
Okay. And then let's do this one.
A little more mithril, you say?
Yeah. Never enough. Then what do I want to do?
Now you could also do another action token at this point and get another one.
Another mithril?
You can spend an action token to get another recruit again.
Ooh, yes. Okay.
Oh, look at that. Look at you go.
Nice. All right.
Are you getting stuff?
Yeah. I'm collecting. Frodo might be coming over, so.
Love it.
Let's see. Do we only have 4? What's our leather looking like? Oh, it's just greens and purples too at this point.
Ooh, because that was your yellow 4 that got put down?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's not good.
Let's do... Wait, what's the chart? Charcoal's not going to help me unless I get ore.
Yeah. Do...
You think probably the wood?
Well, purple 6 is probably not bad.
Like the wood at this point? Or should I go for the charcoal?
Well, that's a good question. You get an ember gem,
Right.
which is nice.
And how many times
should
do you
be
go
useful.
around before production happens?
We have one more time around.
Okay, I'm going to grab the purple 6. And let's
A lot of charcoal, which is good. Which means you may not need to make charcoal this time around, which is good because you can use that dye for something else.
Right. Let's do... I don't have any action tokens, so I feel like that would be good.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll do this. Confirm. Okay.
Okay, my turn. There's also no yellows over here for me, which is really sad. Okay, I need leather though, really bad. Well, I'm doing okay leather, but on a reputation either stinks. No way to gain it. So we'll grab the other purples.
Are you going to Origins?
Yes, indeed.
Awesome. Will you have this with you at Origins?
Yes, we will.
I would love to play it in person.
Yeah, we're really excited about that, actually.
I know we didn't connect at Gamma, so I definitely want to... I would love to play it again in person.
It's, yeah, we'll have the prototype here. Maybe even some new stuff to check out. We've unlocked some new assistants through the Kickstarter.
Oh, cool.
So
yeah,
we have some things maybe we'll do. Kind of fun.
And Vault, if you could throw the command in chat, board game, that will put the link for anybody who's interested in checking out the Kickstarter. There's 8 more days for Forges of Ravenshire. It is fully funded. Got funded in like 6 hours. Just a little over 6 hours.
6.2516 hours. And we do that just to make fun of people.
Right, yeah.
We funded it in seven minutes. They're like, well, we did it in 6.2516 hours. Deal with that.
How much is the base, like the game and the stretch goals?
So the base game is $60 on Kickstarter.
And then the next is like upgraded components, right? Like coins.
Okay, yeah, we upgraded because all stretch goals will always apply to all levels.
Right.
As long as you get a game.
Right.
So we don't lock anything behind paywalls that way. The $99 one is you get like 100. I think we're doing 106 wooden resources. So all of these mystics will be in wood, as well as like the first player token and like the round tracker, and stuff. Well, those will all be in wood. And then we'll also have the metal coins. So all of these coins will be in metal.
Nice.
With like an antique finish and stuff. So
nice.
It's very exciting.
And the first player token is that thing over there by the AI. Or no?
Yes. It's like a pair of tongs holding a 1.
Yes.
Oh, good. I got to purple. Got lucky on that one. It's 1 cube away from doing a contract.
Right. Okay.
Which means next turn it will get 1. It's next turn.
Let's see. What do we need?
It's kind of whooping us right now, though.
I know.
It's a problem.
Up there. I need a lot more there and a lot more here. Leather and wood is what I need.
Problem is the AI is also prioritizing purple and yellows. So all of us are ignoring green apparently.
Let's go over here.
Some wood.
And let's grab tannery. Let's grab the 4. Harvester. Let's go for that. Trying to decide if I should. I don't know if there's anything I need to do with the action right now or save it for the production phase. Upgrading the kiln and the foundry. What does that do again? What's it gonna do?
So it
for
actually
me?
makes your 2 spots you convert stuff better. What it does.
Better.
It's better at converting stuff.
Oh. Like you get more?
Yep. So actually, if you want, like, you're looking for steel or charcoal, we're looking for to convert probably steel.
I really just need more wood and more leather.
I would hold off then.
Okay, yeah, because I don't really need more. I have the right amount of steel right now.
Because there's a way for you to get 2 reputation, I think, next turn.
Okay, so
Which
I'm just
will
gonna
get
say
you up to where you need
I'm
it.
gonna say done. Okay.
All right, my last thing. I got 1 here. What do I need? I need more.
How many people does this game play up to?
4.
And what is the lowest age recommendation you think?
I say about 12.
Okay.
I know 8-year-olds who play this, but they also play
Yeah.
a ton of board games, and they're crazy.
Yeah, I think. I was trying to think. My son is 9. He'll be 10 next month. I don't know if he can handle this. Maybe, like, with a lot of guidance.
Depends how much prone to AP he is. A lot of kids are not prone to AP. They just play stuff and take stuff. So they're actually better than adults at playing this game
Yeah.
because they just play it.
Yeah. That's true.
They're
They
not
don't
worried
overthink
about.
it. They're just like,
They
I'm
don't
gonna do this.
overthink it. They're
Yeah.
like, "Oh man, if I can squeak out one more charcoal,
Right.
like this through." They're not thinking that way. They're like, "I get to play this and do stuff,
Right.
and I take and do stuff." Like I have a 9-year-old who he plays this game not efficiently or well, but he plays it.
When you say
So,
AP, for anybody who doesn't know,
analysis paralysis. I am prone to it. Definitely. I've gotten better. I've actually physically worked on it where I'm like, I have a timer set up to
that's a
make
good
me do
idea.
moves faster.
Yeah, have you seen Ruel's streams when he plays? There's this one guy that he has in his streams where they'll play games and they do it specifically like that, where they'll have a timer and they try to you just can't think through your turn. Like you can't like sit there forever. You just do your turn. They do it with like a chess timer.
Chess timer?
Once they're done with their turn, they hit it and then they try to play the game.
It's important to make sure, because for everyone's enjoyment, you need to make sure you're not stalling and like, oh, this.
Right.
I could literally live in a world for 20 minutes of my own thoughts and be completely happy.
Right.
Like when I used to play chess competitively, that's what I did. Like I was never like the best, but like I did okay. But what ended up happening, you spend a lot of time in your head playing through games, and you just don't worry about it.
Yep.
You have a certain timer, but it's a certain thing. So I got used to playing that way, which is really bad when you play with people who are not competitive chess players.
Right.
Because they actually like to finish a game in a reasonable amount of time and not 2 or 3 hours.
Exactly.
So.
Okay, so I need.
You basically need to be okay with making suboptimal moves.
Right. I have enough steel. I need 3 more wood and 2 more leather. So
I'm gonna upgrade my kill.
okay, I think I'm going to go here and get this and this. And then dang, I'm trying to think how to upgrade the wood. Oh, wait, hold on. Well, if I do... That'll give me 1 more. And then... I get to play all of the dice, right?
Yep. 3 of the dice. No, for you it's 3 of dice.
Oh, 3 of them. But I still get to use an action token.
Yes, as I wish.
I don't think I can get all the wood I need, right?
Might not be able to.
Because I can go to the market exchange to get at least 1 of them, right?
Let's see what you got. What do you need? So you're currently at 8.
Oh, actually,
How
I
much
think
wood?
I think I can if I go to the market exchange twice. Wait. How many action tokens? I only have 1. Let's go. If I were to go here to get 2 more action tokens, could I spend 1 action token to do the 3-to-1? Can you use charcoal?
Oh, market exchange just kind of happens. You don't need action tokens to do that.
Oh. It's just an option?
Yep. Market exchange is always available to you to make exchanges.
Oh, I see, right here. And charcoal counts as the resource that could be the 3-to-1?
Yeah, any of them can be.
Let's do this. We're going to get a wood. And then we're going to go here again to do this. To get another wood. Or did I do that wrong? Why did it go down? I was on 9.
You're currently at 9.
So if I clicked on this wood, it doesn't go to 10?
It will, because it'll probably go to 0. Oh, shoot. Well, that's not right. That's negative.
Did I click on the wrong thing?
Oh, yellow is you're paying. You're paying it. So, because you're trying to do a 3 for 1.
Okay. I need to pay this, this,
1,
to get 1 wood.
and 2, and
Got
3.
it. Okay.
Now it's green.
I'm
Pick
gonna
what you
put
want.
this to do this to get some money. And now I can do this one.
There you go.
Reputation advancement rewards. Select a resource. Let's do.
What do you need for your next shield?
I think I have enough for my next one.
Then a charcoal will allow you to do a finish, potentially. Yeah, you can probably do an Ember Gem finish if you want.
I can do this.
So before you do that, so go back real fast.
Oh, go back.
I'll show you something real fast.
Okay.
So currently you have one Ember Gem, right?
Yes.
But you have 2 talismans. So you could do is go to your market. You need to do is upgrade your market exchange, because currently it's 3 mystics to 1. So what you could do is go spend an action token. And then
upgrade market.
Upgrade market.
And then go to market exchange.
So now if you look at it, it's flipped. It's 2 mystics for 1 now. So what you do is go to your market exchange, take 2 talismans, turn them into an Ember Gem.
And then now click on this.
Yep.
Ember Gem finish.
Boom. Now you do that. Ember Gem finish. Boom.
Nice. Cool.
There you go.
Okay.
And you got an action token back because it's a basic contract.
Nice. So that's pretty good. Got 2 done.
I think you're leading, actually, at this point.
Hell yeah. See, suck it, AO person over there.
Oh, well, they're about to finish out a contract, so they're still going to be winning.
It was a short-lived victory.
We do what we can.
Right. Take it where you can.
All right, so you actually get to your ability, you get the 2 goods of your choice.
Okay. Let's do leather and a wood.
All right, now we're running out of shields. So if you want to keep doing shields, you're probably going to need to level up your reputation.
Which you said can be done once with
It-
that.
Yep.
Oh, wait, where was that?
If you use 2 action tokens, you can do it.
Special training.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you just graduated. So now you can do level 2 contract. So you might need to play a die in order to get an action token, which you can get that from 1 spot on the board. Or
Oh, the steel.
do you want to get real fancy? Can you undo?
Yeah.
You want to get real fancy?
Sure.
It's up to you. You don't want to get fancy.
Let's do it. Let's
All right.
Get super fancy.
So if you look at the new guild hall, there is a token here that actually recruits 4 gold, but it gives you a 1-time reputation boost.
Oh, right here.
Yeah, I think so. I can't see your screen, but
The top middle.
Yep, top middle yellow one. So what you can do, but however you're full. So what you do is spend an action token and go ahead and unlock your guild workshop.
Oh, to expand it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That only costs you 1 action token.
Okay.
And now you can even place a die over there.
And not a yellow one though, because I'm gonna need the. Well, I could if I took the 3.
The other option is just you can put any color you want and group you want, but yellow.
In order to get to use that row, though, I would need to pull it.
Yeah, maybe you don't want to put a yellow there right now. Maybe you want to put a different color then.
Okay, let's do that one.
Yep.
Okay.
No one wants green anyways.
Let's do this and this one.
Boom.
Cool.
Real
and
fancy
then
now.
Let's pull from Mm,
You gonna pull that yellow?
yeah.
Yellow on the board.
You're right. So then I get to do all of these.
Yep, you do all of them.
Nice. Let's do that. Do that one. And that one.
And now what we want to do before you finish your turn
Do
is
the
go ahead
action
and get your.
token.
Yeah, you already know. You're good. You don't need me anymore.
To gain
You already know what's up. You saw the shield with the oh, I wanted that one so bad.
Okay.
It's messed up. Why am I even helping you?
I had a great teacher.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's
We'll
that's
make it palatable that way.
Thanks. Not only you beat me in score right now, you took what I wanted. Yeah, you don't even. You got it down. Like once you play this game like through 2 seasons, like you are good to go now.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you've seen everything the game has to offer.
Yeah.
It's just puzzling it out how you want to solve the problem.
Right. No, it definitely helps to get like a round or so underneath.
Because now it's just like, okay, I can do it this way, or maybe I do it this way. So when I was designing it, we were focusing on what we want to do is not have just one way to achieve your goal. It's like,
Right.
what if there's like 3 or 4 ways? And that's what we want to do is that because that way it allows you to pivot a lot. This game is a lot about little pivots where you kind of like do a lot of little adjustments in order to try and get what you want. Like, how much are you willing to sacrifice to get what you want? You can do it, but how much are you paying for it?
Right.
But maybe if I do this other way, do it. So that's kind of what the game design concept was for this game, was to really allow you to really explore and try different things to try and solve. Now I have 2 yellow and a black, which means no matter what I put down, you're gonna be able to take it. So I need to make it count.
Right.
Well, first, I need to know what I'm going for. So I'm going to refresh this blue row. Oh, yeah, there's a shield there. Take that one. Oh, there's another shield. Which we will. Oh, do I want it, though? I don't want it. That's weird. Let's see how this goes. All right. So now I'm going to place this guy here. So those. We'll grab the purple. You know what? I'm going to spin a talisman. I'm going to turn that 3 into a 2. Yeah, then I'm going to grab that 2. I'm going to do this. We're just going to get a coin at this point. Wood. And let's get another mithril. Do this. All right. So AO definitely has enough to do the contract. You suck.
Oh my god. 54. 55.
It's worse.
Wow.
Because it's gonna pull green. Which is luckily it's weakened green.
Damn.
But it's not stopping. Nope, definitely not stopping.
It's not giving us an easy game. Okay. Let's see what we want to do.
Does anybody else have any questions while I'm here?
Oh yeah. What do y'all think about this game? Everybody's just kind of chilling. Are there any questions or thoughts? While I decide what I'm gonna do on my turn. I think I'm gonna go. Looks fun. Valletta says this game is something like Catan. I like the idea. Yeah, with like the getting the different resources and placing and getting resources. Yeah, collecting them and
Get all this stuff and then doing stuff. So like
yeah,
that,
that
like
makes sense.
yeah, like that's a con there. Except instead of rolling the dice randomly, you have control over what you want to do.
Right.
And there's no trading. There's no sheep for wood or anything like that.
Right. Over here. Oh. Let's pull from.
Pull more yellow.
Okay.
No, I like yellow too. You can do that there.
Right, yeah. Oh, sorry. I should have asked.
Yeah, whatever.
Arturo wants to know. Oh, wait, Danny has a question too. So we'll go. Danny said, "Who came up with the theme idea?" And then we'll ask Arturo's question.
It kind of came out because, like I said, the game was originally supposed to be a Viking game. But we were sitting there at Gen Con. We were stationed right next to Chai. And we were, because Cold of the Deep is a very dark theme. It's very Cthulhu-esque, Cthulhu-inspired for sure. And so we were sitting there, and we noticed that there was a lot of people. Like, if you like a dark game, people tend towards that. You don't get a lot of people who are like iffy about it. Like, you're either in or you're not. We found you don't have like some passerby like, oh, that Kraken's cute. It murders people. Like, right. You're like, that's cool. That's fun. Generally, you don't see that as much. But if you play a game like, let's say, Everdell, right? There's a lot of people who play that game who are like, I'm not really into that theme, but they'll play it because it's approachable. Like Wingspan's birds, right?
Right.
But like, even people who play Cthulhu games, they'll play Wingspan. Just not vice versa. People who only play Wingspan for the theme and don't like Cthulhu, they won't play Cthulhu stuff. Generally, theme has kind of that strong, aspect to it that can bring people in or turn people away. So while we were doing that, we were going through it and we're like, man, this is not really going to be a thing. Like with the Vikings, plus everyone else is doing Vikings. Like what can we do a little differently? What do we want? Like, I love Everdell, but it doesn't give me enough like forging and stuff. So we started thinking about it. Like, well, what if we did have like a badger, forging, and like pine marten and like stuff? What if we did our own animal world? And then we have other game ideas off of it because we also loved Redwall as a series. If you've ever read that book series. So yeah, we really loved the theme. We kind of went with it, and then I knew the artist I wanted to do it. I'm like, we could do this because there's an artist specifically that I want to do the artwork, and that's Andrea Raddick. But she did a great job. Yeah,
I love the art.
She's great.
Arturo wants to know, is it hard to create a board game?
A good one, or just a board game in general?
I guess, how did you do it collaboratively?
This design is mostly mine, but there are elements from my brother Dave, who's my younger brother. He is one that I bounce a lot of ideas off of, and he generally has a very good intuition on things, I've found. And then my brother Ed, he likes to dissect things a lot, and he's good at that aspect. So the most of this game is me, but it's like once you play it a few times, you hear a comment, you hear this, you hear that, like, oh, this isn't quite working right. How do I modify it? to
Right.
make it so that like when you do something that it does what I want it to.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what when you're creating a game,
That
you're
was
trying to shoot
a
for.
that was the interesting thing about being at Gamma. I felt like, and playing games with other like publishers and designers and all of that,
Mm-hmm.
is that they would be like, yeah, I mean, I like this part of it, but like this part isn't. I mean, maybe if you did like this different, like they would kind of, yeah, like get that input in there of like, or you kind of figure out. I mean, that's the nice thing about playtesting all of them, just to see what works and what doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
What you might need to tweak and what might be too easy.
Yeah, and so that's like what they do. Like you do a lot yourself, and you have like you get people. But even when you get it to like more and more people, you'll
Mm-hmm.
start getting more and more feedback.
Yeah.
And at some point, though, like you have to pay attention to what you want
Mm-hmm.
and what do you want to do. Because if you take feedback all the time from everyone, you'll never have a complete game.
Right.
There's always something wrong with your game
Right. Right.
to a certain
Yeah.
extent.
It's kind of like, I mean, my degree is actually in theater. And
Mm-hmm.
whenever, like, we have a tendency as theater people to go watch shows and kind of pick them apart.
Mm-hmm.
And go, well, that could have been done, oh, if they had just done this differently. I mean, there's always going to be critiques and criticisms.
And even like really good shows,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like you see productions of Phantom of the Opera,
Yeah.
like personal favorite. Like there's a lot of good things about that show, but there are things that you're like, oh, they could have done this. Or,
Yeah. Yeah.
the singing on that person could like no, it would have been a better choice if they would have put this person in
Right.
as the Phantom, not this person. Like there's a lot of things that you can really pick apart
Well,
on stuff.
everybody's a critic, really. I mean, everybody can pick things
That's
apart.
necessarily, and that's fine. But as a designer and as a publisher, you have to try and take that input and be like, all right, is it because of the way I taught it? Is it because of who they're
Right.
playing with,
Right.
or is it a mechanical issue?
Right.
And is it really an issue? Like, well, I don't like how this works. Like that may be fine. That may be actually a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
If that person likes really complicated games and you're trying to teach them a game about like Azul, they want more complication. But Azul is not meant to be that game.
Right.
Azul is meant to be a little more approachable. It's supposed to have this really interesting mechanic that gets you thinking about stuff, and it's about the drafting of the tiles and stuff. So you're not trying to input all this complicated stuff, and you don't want to because that's not what it's meant to do.
Mm-hmm.
Same frame, though, you have other games like I think like Batoku, or things they're more complicated, and sometimes streamlining certain things can actually be a detriment because the game is targeted toward heavier hobby gamers. Like certain things to be streamlined, but what you want is streamlined enough so that it's really easy to understand, but gives you enough choice that it makes you think and make it complicated to a certain extent. So you
Right.
want it like simple execution or understanding, but great results and options,
Right.
which is not always the easiest thing to do. Because whenever you streamline anything, you're usually taking away options. That's just how that works. So you have to be careful, like how much do you take away or add?
Yeah, it's interesting to see how the whole process works from like idea to, a finished product.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's been really interesting for me to see. And even as someone who's now working in the industry part-time for a manufacturer, like I'm getting to see that side of it as well, get a peek behind the curtain to kind of see what it takes on that side too.
Oh yeah, so you want to
Very
design it like,
interesting.
oh, this game is awesome. It works great. You take the manufacturer and it's like, yeah, to make your game, it's awesome, but it's going to be like $20, $30
Yeah.
to make the game, which means you got to sell it for a lot more money.
Right.
So it's like,
right.
oh, that's way more expensive than I thought. You're like, well, then you need to change your components.
Yeah.
This
yeah.
needs to be cardboard. This needs to be this. You have to modify.
Mm-hmm. That's been
design.
the interesting thing to see.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I want to do anything else.
Yeah.
Josh said it reminds me of Woodcraft, but the metal version of it.
Oh, I've heard about that with woodcraft. Doesn't that look like a rondelle, like a spinny thing for like resources and stuff?
I have not played Woodcraft. I've heard of it though.
It's got a different mechanism because ours is like a dice worker, like
Right,
specifically like
right.
place, take, run guild. Like it's very focused on that aspect. But no, in
Also,
woodcraft it's a little different. They have like a cool wheel, I think, that like
yeah.
resources come around and stuff.
Also, night, Josh, if you're still around. I'm trying to think. I don't. No, I think I'm done. I don't really.
All right, I think this is the last time around. Well, you already got 3 dice. Oh, you have 3 yellows. That happened.
There are all these yellows on the board. I don't know.
What do I need? I got ore. I got a lot of wood now. Nice. I use more leather, but I got a 5, which is not the best. You know what? We can get some charcoal and ember jam.
Also,
What I'll
what we are
do.
playing this on is Sovereignty, everyone. And right there in chat, you can use the code BGMAMA and get 60 days access to the gaming library.
BG Mama!
Yeah. Then you can access all the games. Because if you start out on like the base level, you only get like so many games you can play.
Yeah, like Forge of Ravenshire is free until May 11th or 12th.
Yeah.
Danny can correct me.
Yeah, it's free right now for a little bit. But if you want
Danny.
complete access to all the games, just use the BG Mama code. And then let me know and we'll play games. I am going to do another play and teach with Danny at some point. I'm going to play Planet Unknown. I haven't learned that one.
Ooh, that is so good.
Yeah, I've heard so many good things. Like, I love a polyomino and I love a tile laying game. And Matthew from Room 51 was like, have you played Planet Unknown? I was like, no, I haven't.
It's a great game.
Yeah, I need to learn that one.
I love Adam. Adam's a cool dude. He solved some of the problems I have with those games, and it's just so good.
I'm very excited to learn.
It's fantastic. What it is.
Let's see what I'm gonna do.
Now it's time to do stuff.
3. I need 2 of that to get. Okay, let's do this.
There we go.
To get.
Plus, we're in a way better position now.
Wait, which one do I need? This one. 4. Okay.
So I'm going to do action again. Go ahead, prove my steel. And market exchange. This 4, 5. Take the 5. Here. Convert steel. It's this 2. Oh, one more.
Let's go. Here to get that and then I'm gonna go here to get this.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
49.
Yeah. And there's really no point in me doing this, right? Unless I want to... I guess I could up... I mean, it's not... Do I need to upgrade now at this point?
Oh, you don't maybe don't have to. If you're fine with where you're at.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
At this point, upgrades are less useful. Usually,
Yeah.
more, get
You
more
wanna do that,
value.
like in the beginning more, right? Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Danny says, sorry for the delay. Forges of Ravenshire is free to play on Sovereignty through May 11th. May 11th.
Which is the day we finish our campaign.
Nice. And yes, also so excited to play Planet Unknown. I'm excited to learn it.
When are you guys playing that?
When?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You want to join?
Potentially. I love that game so much.
I will work that out with Danny, and I'll definitely let you know. Yeah, we could get some more.
Like, don't schedule around me. Do whatever. But if I'm around, I would mind joining.
Yeah,
Planet Unknown.
I would love that.
I love Planet Unknown.
Yeah, I'm excited to learn it because everyone, literally, like my favorite types of games are deck building, tile laying, dice games. Polyomino is a new one. Like anything with polyomino, I'm like, please, like, just.
Planet Unknown is probably the best of polyominoes.
Yeah,
like straight up.
The Tetris kid in my heart is just like loving it. Like I got to see it. Gamma. Did you see the Wild Tiled West that Dire Wolf is coming out with? It looks so cool.
I heard about that, but
yeah,
I
it's a polyomino tile laying game, and I'm like, hell yes! Like it looks.
We're enjoying
really cool.
this.
Yeah, the main boards are like the little stacks of polyomino tiles are like inlaid into the board. And you use dice, like you roll dice and you set them into the different rows. And depending on where you set the die is where you get to grab the polyomino tile from and then add it to
so the dice
your player board.
Placement, the polyomino game.
Uh-huh. It's really cool. And then like on your player board where you lay it will trigger things because there's icons on your board. And yeah, it's really cool.
That's getting fancy.
It looks awesome. Okay. Select a resource. What did my raven bring me this time? Well, I'm not making anything yet, so let's go with...
Well, now you're thinking about what you're going to do.
Where am I
You're building shields. Wood's always good.
I also have...
Leather's good.
3 stars now, so I could pick from the highest now, too.
Legendary.
Let's do wood... and wood. Go ahead and stock up on the wood.
I'm actually going to disappoint you here. Take that one.
But look what popped up.
Oh, yeah. That's great.
Nice.
I'll take those two. And I think I can do both of those. I need 22 wood, and I currently have 1.
Nice.
We can do this.
Hi, Hannah. That's everyone. Say hi to Hannah. That's my sister.
Hey, hi, Hannah. How you doing?
Speaking of playing games with family, I grew up playing games with my siblings all the time.
Oh, really? What'd you play?
All the time. Well, so we played a lot of Phase 10. Our go-to game whenever we get together is Phase 10. We play Phase 10. We did play lots of Yahtzee. And then we played Life. Life is one of my favorites. I always love playing Life. And then we also played Mall Madness, which is kind of a cutthroat game.
I never actually played Mall Madness, so
yeah. You're basically just trying to get as many items from different stores. You have to collect. You have to go around and buy an item from a set number of stores, and there's sales going on, but you have to get an item from all these set number of stores first and get out of the mall first. And it gets real cutthroat because sometimes you got to go back to the ATM to get more money because you don't have enough. And so you got to go. But you have to move so many spaces. You're limited to the amount of spaces you can move your person around the board. And yeah, it's a little more complicated than you would think.
Sounds like Black Friday.
It's a fun one. It's a fun one.
Go around, get the sales, get the right things, get in,
gotta
get
get the
out.
right thing. Get out. Yeah.
They go to all different stores, get all the different sales, and you
Mhm.
get out before everybody else.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Hannah says she's going to say I cheated at phase 10, but she's lying. Yeah, she would never. She would never hide cards under her legs in the chair.
Well, we're in trouble. AO just went to 90 points.
God damn.
Well, we were talking there. AO was just like, I'm just taking some points.
We're just gonna act like that player doesn't exist.
They're not cool.
It's
Like,
really
well,
it's really just between you and me. It's not like that player doesn't matter.
We're not gonna be like, you know what? We don't care about you. Whatever.
Right.
Man, 90 points. Doing pretty good.
Oh
doing
my
pretty good.
God. And you said this is the easy AI?
Yep. Yeah, we're doing fine. We got this. Usually you'll see a huge spike this round.
Oh my God.
You should.
So the game we're
see a huge
playing,
spike.
for anybody who's just joining, the game we're playing is Forges of Ravenshire, in which you are completing contracts of either, these swords, armor, shields, and the whole point is to have the most money, which this unknown player, who shall not be named, is currently has the most money. We're in the 4th round out of 4.
Now, we can still do this because if you build like 2 things, or like you could actually get a lot of money because it's done building, right? It only has 2 cubes. It goes around 2 more times. It's likely not to get more cubes at this point
because it needs 13, right?
Yeah, so it's likely not going to build anything else.
Okay.
So it probably will be about 100 points is what we're looking at, or close to it.
Okay. So in order to take something, I have to spend an action token.
Mm-hmm.
So
And it totally refreshed that row looking for armor. So
I'm gonna grab
no, there's a shield there though.
this one. Okay. And let's see. My sister and I also grew up playing a lot of computer games and tons of video games.
So like what?
So we grew up, of course, on Mario. Our my grandpa, our papa, grew us up on Super Mario. And of course, Super Mario, where the one person has to die for the other person to take a turn, and like he never died, so like, like never got to play.
Hey, why don't you guys come play with me? I'm gonna play for that hour.
Like never.
Oh, I guess I'll slip through this hole.
Never got to play. I know, and he knew where all the secret like tunnels, like all the warp pipes and like all the secret stuff. He knew everything. He was really good at those games. But yeah, we grew up on Mario. We grew up on Tetris. We played so much Tetris. The 64 one, the new Tetris game for the Super Mario 64, or the Nintendo 64. Yeah, Kirby.
The crazy controller.
Yeah. We played Kirby. We played a whole wide range of things. We're both BioShock fans. Love BioShock. Fable.
Fable's classic.
Kingdom
really
Hearts.
is.
Kingdom Hearts. Yeah. Computer games, we were very into. Obviously, I'm into Nancy Drew. We were very into Nancy Drew. Like point and click.
Party Boys.
Yeah. Point and click games like that. King's Quest. All the King's Quest games.
Monkey Island.
Yes, Monkey Island. And then also Might and Magic, but specifically, is it 6? I believe Hannah would know. I think it's 6 is the one. Oh, yeah. Mandate of Heaven. Might and Magic Mandate of Heaven. And then also the Heroes 3 one. Might and Magic Heroes 3. Those were the 2 that we like played a lot. I think my very first stream, I played that game, and like it was like a test stream on Twitch to just see who would, if all my things were working. And some guy showed up at the very first stream and was trying to teach me how to, like, he was like trying to tell me how to play the game, and I was like, sir.
Step back, sir.
Don't.
Let me show you what's up.
Yeah. No, that's like oh god. I love that game so much. Okay. Sorry, I'm like just talking and not playing.
That's fine. So we're streaming, right? Have fun.
Right? I know. I
Reminisce about
need to
good old
get some
times.
more of the dragon scales in order to build this thing. Where do you get those from? Oh, the wood and
Woods,
the
and the
mystics,
woods,
right?
and the woods. Yeah, correct.
Let's go. What do we got? I need 11 wood. Got 2. I need more steel, leather. Okay. Let's go over. Oh, that's going to get me less wood. Wait, undo. Let's go here.
Yes.
There we go.
I like this.
3 wood
I like
and
this a
1
lot.
scale.
Yes, you should
And
go there.
then I'm going to get... let's take this 5. So I can get... Let's do a steel. There we go. Get some charcoal.
Mm.
And...
Oh, when did you sneak in that greed one?
Are you finished with your turn? Yes. Yeah. For now. Yeah, I'm gonna need a lot of wood to do that shield. 6.
I'm gonna spend an action token just to kind of.
Oh,
do
I
this.
am gonna need an action token too. Dang.
I'm gonna grab this contract just in case I can actually make that far. We'll see.
Yeah, it was. Oh my god, that guy coming in and telling me how to play that game.
You're like, sir?
Yeah, Arturo was there.
Was he the guy?
No. God damn it, he's still here.
He's like, I hear you talking about me.
Right.
I get that. Some more dragon scale.
I'm
Pile that up.
innocent. Yeah, I think Fable 2 is the best of the Fables.
Yeah. Fable 3, I didn't really feel.
It was okay, but it wasn't like. It was short.
Fable 2 feels like the epitome of like that, what Fable is.
Yeah. I feel like it was really well balanced. There's like a lot of there's like a good amount of gameplay. There's a lot to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I played Fable 2 before and 3 before I had not played Fable, like the first one. And so going...
Wait, didn't they remaster it?
They did. They did.
Which needed to happen.
Going back and playing it just felt different. I was like, I still like 2.
Well, it's kind of like when I played Mass Effect. Like, I love the storyline the most in Mass Effect 1. Like, in terms of story, like, 1 is great.
Mm-hmm.
2 is really good, but not as good as 1. But the controls on 2 are just so much better.
Yeah.
Because going back to 1, it feels really clunky. Especially compared, and then when you do 2 and 3, like it's like the controls are so good. But in 3, obviously there's some story issues about 3, which is we won't talk about it. But it still hurts to this day. But like 1 and 2, or like 2 was kind of like the good mix between getting the right story and the right controls.
Yeah, my go-tos are I usually play BioShock each year. I go back and play those games. I
never actually played BioShock.
Oh my god, they're so good.
Don't judge me.
They're so good. 1 is definitely my favorite, of course. 2 is great. 3 is just it's different, but it's still good. It just expands the story even more. And I like the way that it expands the story, but the DLC that was released with 3 that takes you back to Rapture, even better. And then I of course love the Batman games. Like I love those too. Like Arkham Asylum and Arkham City are my favorites. And the DLC they released that lets you play as Harley Quinn, so good. Cuz you like in her mind, it's like really cool cuz you get to see her like
I never actually played. I'm a terrible gamer. I didn't play Arkham either.
Never invited back. No.
There might, I wasn't coming up to Planet Unknown, but apparently not going to happen anymore.
Oh my god, yeah.
Sorry.
No. There's a lot I haven't played. I mean, I'm not a big like first person
I don't know. I
shooter.
feel the judgment. I can't even. I'm looking at the game right now. I can't even see you like on the stream, but I feel the judgment coming off of you right now.
Oh man, if I'm not, my sister is for sure.
I can feel like her hands twitching over the keyboard.
Right.
Like I want to type something really mean, but
Valletta, where did you find this guy?
I'm sorry.
Oh my god. Hannah said I don't even remember the first. Oh, BioShock 2 was the best. 2 was so Two was so interesting too because you got to play as a Big Daddy. Well, like you got to play as a Big Daddy, which was awesome because then you just got to like ram people with the like drill arm thing,
Oh, I got side eye from Hannah. That's not good.
Yeah, side eye. Side eye.
My wife gives me that sometimes. It's just like, sorry.
Oh my god. Yes, we also love Pikmin. Did you ever play the Pikmin games?
That I have played.
Those are good. Well, okay, you've redeemed yourself a little bit.
Actually, do you want something better than Pikmin? Well, let me rephrase that.
Right, I know.
Pikmin's a better puzzle game.
Choose your words.
You've ever played Overlord?
I haven't. I haven't. Is it
So
similar?
to be fair, yes.
Okay.
But you have goblins.
That you take.
And you're an evil overlord. And your goal is to use your goblins in order to solve puzzles and do stuff. But you're trying to build up your evilness. Highly recommend, especially if you like Pikmin. It is hilarious. It's not like as cute. Like what happens though is like you have these goblins and you're going around and different goblins obviously have different abilities and powers.
Mm-hmm.
But like they'll like say stuff. And just like they have like these beautiful one-liners, and they'll do all kinds of wonderful things. Like they'll try and equip themselves, for example. So like, oh, you'll destroy a fence, and so some of the goblins will equip themselves with like 2x4s from like the fence. But then they'll find sheep, and they go sheepies, and then they'll chase the sheep.
Oh, that's
and then they'll start wearing them as hats.
The sheep.
Yes.
They'll just pick them up and wear them.
Yeah, and especially if you go to like a pumpkin patch, and then some of them will start equipping them like with like pumpkin helmets.
And
they'll go around, and they'll be like, "For the Overlord, your evilness," and like they'll like.
Important question: are the sheep still alive?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
And you hear behind you, you hear out, and you're like, "What?" And like you'll see your goblins with like sheep hats. Because the goblins love sheep. And so like they go around and like they'll just pillage stuff and like equip themselves as best they can.
That sounds fun.
It's actually quite a bit of fun.
I'm gonna have to
Overlord.
look that up. Okay,
if you liked Pikmin, it's not as involved. I think Pikmin's probably a little bit more puzzly in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But Overlord is kind of that genre where you have like a horde of things, minions, and you're trying to have them do different things. The best part is like there's like you're playing the evil side, but like everything you do is like all the heroes are way worse than you. Heroes are all like gluttonous and like terrible and all this stuff. And then like you as the Overlord, like you're just trying to do your thing, and like the princess actually likes you. And so like she's like trying to like make sure she gets captured by you and stuff, and this is kind of fun.
That sounds fun.
And you build up your castle and stuff. It's cool.
Hannah said, "Oh, thank God that they're still alive." She said, "Yeah, I'm on board. Let's play that."
It's actually quite a bit of fun. I love that game.
She was sold at sheep as hats.
Oh, the voice acting on that for the goblins is just wonderful. You never feel so cool
Yeah.
in playing that game.
My son is also, I mean, we're raising little gamers, of course, and my sister is too. And
Well done.
our kids have no chance. And my son's very much into he's very creative. So I mean, he's played Pikmin, but he also really likes a like turn-based game. So he like the Mario Rabbids games. Like loves those. And also Cuphead.
Oh, Cuphead.
He's beaten Cuphead. He's beat it on expert. Like he's really good at those games.
Those youngins.
I know, in their skills.
They have better reaction times than
They
us.
really do, because Cuphead is hard.
Especially for us older people.
Oh my
We're like,
god!
there's a reason why like professional esports players are young.
Right.
You don't see many older ones unless the game is very like cerebral.
Yeah.
But even then, it's the younger ones are usually better. Like, there's just reaction speed and stuff. It's just faster.
Yeah. No, he's really good at that. He's also just really good at like Minecraft, and Minecraft is his go-to. Minecraft.
I love Minecraft
and Fortnite, because he'll play with his friends. Like we moved states, so he gets to play with his friends on there.
Fortnite. Don't like Fortnite.
But yeah,
it's
he loves
fine.
any of that kind of stuff. My husband loves more like open world games.
Yes, because he has taste and a man of culture.
I just can't handle that. I can't handle the expanded options of things to do. Like I need like a limited area, but I'm still guided in one direction, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's too much for me if there's like too many things to do. I can't do it. I tried playing Fallout, and it was just it was too much. There were too many.
I need to play more Fallout. I really do. I like the world it's placed in. I like the whole
I mean, I
concept.
like the idea of it, and like even
I figured with BioShock you kind of would be into the Fallout aesthetic a little bit.
I like the theme of it, and I like the idea of it, but it's just too open world for me. It's too much. Like BioShock, I mean, there's a lot to explore in BioShock. There's a lot to like go around and look around, but you're clearly like have a quest you're trying to do. Your like main quest. Same with like Arkham. I feel like it's the same way. It's like just enough openness, but not too much.
But you're still somewhat like guided. Like this is the path. There's a storyline that you're trying to discover and do.
Exactly.
A lot of open world games they'll tamp down the storyline, so it's more freedom.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas I think I like games that tend to focus more on a cool story, which is why I like Mass Effect.
Mm-hmm.
Love Mass Effect. For that reason. It's very open world, but it definitely has a
Right now, my husband's gotten hooked on, and he's excited because he gets to play because I'm streaming. But it's a Far Cry 5, I think is what he's hooked on now.
Mm-hmm.
Hannah said, my son and I played Mario 64 to 42 stars, and then he erased our file because he wanted to start over. So currently taking a hiatus from playing with him. # never forgive.
I agree with that statement. You shouldn't forgive children just because, like, there's certain lines not to cross there, and you went too far.
Man.
98 for the computer.
I don't know how I'm going to get up to 98. I don't know.
I think you can do it.
This is the last time to place die, right?
Yup.
Okay.
Make it count.
Oh my god.
You're the last person, and that's it.
Oh no. Okay. I need God, I need so much.
So like growing up, like board game wise, my brothers and I we played like Axis and Allies, Hero Quest, Battle Masters.
Yeah, we didn't have access to Hero Quest, but I know of that one.
Yeah, we loved that one.
My husband played that one with his brother. They had that one.
Yeah, it's so good. To this day, I still like it. Probably because of the nostalgia factor, though.
We also played 13 Dead End Drive. Did you ever play that?
No. My dad was never a fan of horror stuff.
Taking you're like, you go around and you're trying to like kill people with like traps, basically, and then make it out the door. You're the person who's like inheriting the money. You like want to make it out the door before the police show up.
Yeah, so we didn't have that one. Then what happened is we got into miniature games at some point.
Mm-hmm.
So we really got into like Warhammer and stuff, which enjoyed. That's been my life since then. Like I've still to this day played miniature games. It's just something I really enjoy doing.
I don't think I've gotten enough exposure to them.
A lot of people don't.
Yeah.
So that was one thing that was interesting as a publisher. We thought people were more like my brothers and I, which is like we call them omni gamers, where they play RPGs, card games, like they do all the hobby. Like they'll play Magic, and then the next night we'll play Dungeons and Dragons, and then they'll play a game of Warhammer, and then they'll sit down and play some board games. Like that's kind of how we are. We consume anything that is like hobby related,
right?
Like at all to the gaming world, video games as well. But we're coming to find out that's not necessarily true for a lot of people, which kind of surprised us. So like when we're looking at creating games, like that's something that you have to keep in mind that not everyone is like that. People who play board games have a tendency to just stick with board games. They don't necessarily play Magic or Warhammer or play RPGs. That's not necessarily a thing. And there's quite a few like influencers on the board game world. Like they have never done that.
Right.
You have no idea. Like what's up? I never played this Warhammer game. I know about it. Never played it.
Yeah, I feel like Magic is one that I would actually enjoy playing.
If you like deck builders, there's a
Yeah.
very good chance you'll like Magic.
I feel like I would like that one. And I feel like for me, like I personally, as long as someone's willing to teach me and be kind of patient with me, like the first time I play things, I'm definitely open to learning a lot of different things. And I'm
that's
one
because
that's
because you shark people. You're like, oh, I don't know how to play.
Right.
So you're beating me. It's like, oh, I'm terrible at this game. I'm winning, but don't worry about it.
Don't tell my secrets.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I'm sure Hannah can attest to this. I'm sure I'm not the only one who knows this.
Well, I am the older sister, so.
Oh, you're that sister.
I am. Agreed.
I bet you Hannah has my back. I bet you.
She probably does. Sounds darker. Oh yeah, 13 Dead End Drive sounds darker than it was. Yeah, we like Cookie Mama. We like cozy games too, like simple games too. Cookie Mama, like just simple things. Gonna pass the time. What do I want to do? God, I don't know at this point what is helpful for me to do with my action token.
Well, actions are worth a gold at the end, so if you don't want to use it, don't use it.
Yeah, I don't really have a need to use it right now.
Unless you honestly think you're going to do 3 contracts, which maybe.
No.
I haven't been looking at your board very well.
No, I don't think so. I'm going to just barely try to do the 2. Let's see. Let's just confirm. All right.
All right. Go time.
She was a bully.
I can see that.
I was the older sister, so I feel like it's a rite of passage that you have to do.
Is that what you call it?
I don't know.
All right.
I'm trying to justify it and I can't. I was very bossy.
Older siblings. Blah.
Yep. Let's see.
There. Enough of that. And enough of that. So I could do this one.
I need... Oh my god, I need so much wood. It's never happening.
So I need to actually spend these two.
What does putting a 3, 4, or 5, or 6 on that first when you get to run the guild?
What about it?
When you get to run the spot that allows you to run the guild, any
Mm-hmm.
guild that you want, what's the 3 and the 4 and the 5 and the 6? Like, what's advantageous?
It's all the same. All three. There's no advantage. It's just placing a die there is the same. Doesn't matter what number or color.
Okay.
There's 2 spots like that. It doesn't matter what you do. Those 2 spots will always be there for you.
Okay. Let's see. What do I need?
They're fairly reliable that way.
10. Damn, I don't know if I'm gonna build a.
All right, so currently at 8.
I think I can only maybe
Force
do
12.
1 contract at this point.
So
6.
I needed. All right, so that's good. All right,
Okay,
we're on track here.
9. I need 2.
Well, I'm missing a lot of wood.
Right, that's where I'm at too.
Like,
I need
this is
all the
problem.
wood.
How do I get more wood?
-1, 2.
I could run this. I think guild would help.
4. How much more?
Yeah, maybe do that.
11.
Run
Okay.
guild. Run merchants.
All our home videos are her ordering me around. She would make me play school and fail me. I would make I would write out homework and stuff, like write out papers. Our mom was a teacher.
Oh man.
Our mom was a teacher. So I would write out stuff for them to do.
We'll go with that.
Yep.
Oh man.
But our relationship today is better than ever. Let's see. 5. God, I don't even know. I mean, I don't even know.
All right, here we go. A lot of wood this way, which is good.
3. I need 3 of that. I could do that twice. I don't think I'm going to have enough to do anything. Or no, maybe 1. I don't think I'm going to have enough to do the highest card. I think I'm going to have to go with the lower one.
Time. Don't forget your dragon scales and your ember gem, especially because you can turn in 2 to make ember gem, and 2 ember gems can be 2 goods of your choice. Same with your mithril.
Oh, that's true. I only need 1 to forge with mithril.
Depending on what your contract requires. There's a requirement for your contract, then the mithril upgrade or the mithril finish is 2 mithril. So you have a lot of mithril right now.
I do.
And talismans, which can be converted into ember gems.
And then the... spend 2 mithril to get an ember gem.
Mm-hmm.
And then the ember
Yeah.
gem. Let's see. Oh, I see.
This needs to be gem.
Let's do that to get.
This. Do a mithril. Talisman. Dragon scale.
4 steel. Let's do.
I need a steel letter. Oh, awesome. Good, that's good, that's good. Exchange. This guy. More leather.
Pay for this to get this. Do this to get. This. Action token doesn't do anything for me right now. Let's see. 10. Yeah, I think I'm only gonna be able to.
Oh no, undo.
2.
I got 2.
I need 2 more of those. And just 1 of those. Undo. Let's do
Yeah,
this
that was a good turn. Good turn.
to do that. And then let's do. How many more of those do I need? 2. Let's do. This. Do a steel. Let's do this. 2 ember gem. 2 ember gem to get steel. 6, 11, 7. Oh, crap.
What's up? What do you need?
Oh, wait, hold on. I might. If I do this, I'd have to get rid of 2. This is what I need.
Oh, I need a dragon scale.
Yep, that's what I needed to do this. I can't do any cool finishes, but at least I can do it.
I mean, still a good finish.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Yeah, because there's no way I can do this one. Reputation.
Cause you're pretty empty at this point, other than charcoal.
Yeah, I can't do anything at this point, so I'll just pick something random. Okay.
You should probably get a dragon scale instead of ember gem, but
Oh crap. Oh well.
it's all right.
Dang, look at all those titles you earned.
Yeah, 3 titles in 1 turn.
Damn. I promise she was a great sister. Heather's never gonna let me come back. Hannah's gonna be banned. Cue up the music, right? Yeah, whenever someone gets banned on the channel, it doesn't happen that often. But whenever someone does, it plays, all my alerts are Jason Momoa. And whenever someone gets banned, it's Jason Momoa pouring the like hot liquid gold over that Danny's brother's head, and it plays the like A B C D E F U song. And it's amazing. Yay, you won. Look at that AO. Second
Good
place.
job, AO. You almost got him, though. This
I
is
know.
a good score. For your first game, you have a good score.
Nice. Thank you. That was fun.
If you're in the 80s, 90s your first time, you did a good job.
Yay.
So.
And you didn't really, like, I felt like I did a lot the last 2 times without you, like, really guiding me.
No, you were just doing yourself. So.
Yeah. Awesome. Hannah said he's just being nice. Maybe.
No, I'm being serious. I've played this game a lot, as expected.
Right, as the
I think I'm
creator.
up to 160 times now.
Damn. Well,
just play the game a
is your
lot.
Game.
Yeah, and you got to be able to play test it, which means constant iteration and playing it, and then
and constantly teaching people too.
Yes, so I've taught this game a lot as well.
Yeah.
But if someone hits in the 80s, like if they hit like 70, like 60 to 70, like they're okay. Like they did fine. It didn't completely suck, but they did okay. And then usually like the 80s, 90s, that's when you're like, okay, they're starting to catch on.
Right.
They're starting to figure things out and they're doing good.
Yeah, I completed
breaking out
5 contracts over here. So
yeah, your next goal is probably to break 100.
Yeah.
And if you do that, you got really close to beating AO.
Mm-hmm.
So that's AO is a pretty solid player. Then your goal then is to work your way up. The highest score I think we've seen.
I feel like now that I've played it, like the next time around, I would, I could even better kind of plan like what I want to do. And
yeah, because you'll have is like you didn't figure out what's going on until season 3,
round 2,
right?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
2 or 3. Like 2, you're like, okay, I'm comfortable with playing how this functions. Then by season 3, you're like, okay, I need to be thinking about this stuff,
right? Stuff. Well, and also too, like in the production phase, like knowing, okay, if I convert this, I can do this, and I need this many.
Mm-hmm.
What dice can I place here to get this many more wood that I need, or what can I exchange?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really kind of like understanding the mechanics a lot better. I felt.
Yeah, so we try to make the game where it's like mechanically, it's not hard. Like place a die, do the thing. That's it. But you have choices to make of why would you go there and not over here? Why this number? Why this color? Why the quote that we're trying to do is get you to do why and figure out how you want to get there.
Right. Yeah, that was cool. I like that. I definitely want to play it in person with you at Origins.
Is that because you're worried about me cheating on the computer? Or?
No, I just think it would be. I like it a lot. I like the mechanics of it and how it plays, and I would like to physically play it. Like I think, like the tactile, just like kind of placing everything. I think would be nice to play in person.
Yeah, it's better. I love Sovereignty, and Danny totally didn't put a cheat code for me to make sure I win. Totally not. Anyways, but yeah, in person is I like it a lot better. Because all those tiles, because all the player boards are dual layered, so you'll actually put the tokens it'll slot into the board.
I think that's cool. Yeah, they'll like sit in the pocket there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the main board is only one piece, but all those die areas are cut out.
Yeah.
So the dice actually fit into the slots.
That's cool. I mean, look how adorable that character is.
Oh, which one is that?
Mine.
Oh, the Pine Martin?
Cute.
He's one of my favorites. Really is. Isn't it with the burnt whiskers and the goggles?
Yeah.
Just looks so happy.
He's so proud of what he did. Like he's like, look what I made.
I made it. See. Yeah, I'll be at Gen Con, Danny. By the way, so I'll be at Origins and Gen Con.
So this game is Forges of Ravenshire, by BA Games. We're gonna call it Badass Games. That's not really what it stands for.
But thank you.
Right. And yeah, Sam is the designer and publisher of the game. It is on Kickstarter for 8 more days. The link is up there in chat if you guys want to check it out. Support it. Share it. Sharing is always great on any of the social medias. And there is also the BA Games website if you want to go take a look. And Hannah said, "Cheaters unite." Sam.
Yes. Wait, I thought you were the cheater.
Right.
You're the bully.
Not for this game. I didn't win. So.
Well, tell Danny to give you the code next time.
Right, I know. Danny said, I'm excited to see this one in person too. Yeah, I'll be at Gen Con too, so that'll be fun.
We'll have a booth there. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm excited. It'll be my first Origins and my first honestly, any of the conventions I'm going to this year will be my first one except for PAX Unplugged at the end of the year.
Oh, by the way, if anyone shares, make sure you do at BA Games Co. Because actually all of our stretch goals are social based.
Ooh.
So
for get out there.
So basically you earn gold, right?
Nice.
And so what it is, whenever we get 100 gold, we'll unlock another stretch goal. Mm-hmm. And so every share is like 2. I think this weekend we might even do like a double gold or a 3 gold weekend, where every share is like 6 gold. Mm-hmm. So stuff like that. So we're trying to get the word out. This game is good, and that we think it's a very good game, and we want people to see it. So
yeah, well, and it was fully funded in 6.2 what?
516.
6.2516 hours. Excited to see.
I don't know why we did. I don't know why we said that, but
I mean, I love it. I just can't remember.
Well, because you see every people are like, "Oh, we funded in 7 minutes." We're like,
right.
Well,
you're like, we're gonna go the extra step,
the extra mile, just to get a little extra.
Let's see. You want to go on a raid with us? We will also
raid.
So let's see. We have 8 more days of the Kickstarter. Are you working on anything else? Like, are y'all thinking about some more stuff coming out of the woodwork soon?
Well, we're focused on right now on this game and getting it finished. There's some like extra. There's gonna be like new assistant cards, and there's some new guild tokens. There's gonna be more of those. There's some more stuff that we're adding to the game for the base game level because of the stretch goals. But we also have another few games that we're working on. We have a few games from the designer we're looking at potentially.
Awesome.
I have another game myself called Alchemist, quote unquote. We'll see if that one, codename Alchemist.
Right.
It's kind of like it's gonna be the same world as this one.
That's very.
That's the idea, but we'll see how that one goes. So far, it's been doing pretty well. It's a lot lighter of a game. Mm-hmm. It's not as heavy. I wouldn't call this a heavy game.
No.
I think we're calling this like a light medium.
Yeah, I would say. I would say that. Yeah.
So it's not Azul, but it's not like, I would put it on par probably like a Wingspan.
Yeah.
Level.
Yeah, I would agree. I really like this one.
We're not brass.
No. No, I think this one. I would say this one's like a medium.
Mm-hmm.
Medium. No, this was really fun. Thank you for joining me today, Sam.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Let me drag this over. Okay, let me see who we can go raid. If I could have a mod pop the raid messages in chat. We will go find somebody to raid. So the rest of my streams this week, I'm only streaming on Saturday. Let me mute that. I'm only streaming on Saturday, and I'll be doing some Dreamlight Valley because I am obsessed.
What? What is that?
Disney Dreamlight Valley. It's like a if Stardew and Animal Crossing had a Disney baby. It's just very cozy, kind of, you're just grinding, like collecting resource, going around, meeting Disney characters, like completing quests, you know, like mining.
You should play You should play
harvesting.
Slime Rancher.
I should. I've heard that one's really good too.
Have you not played that one?
I haven't, but I've heard really good things.
Shameful.
I know. I'm sucked into the Disney Dreamlight Valley like hole right now. But yeah, no, I'll be playing that Saturday at 8 p.m. So we'll do a little bit of that. And maybe a little more. We've been playing. We played Dwarf Romantic on yesterday. That's the board game of the week, Dwarf Romantic, which is like a tile game one. And so that one's also always fun to play. And speaking of, I think that's why I want to go raid Benita. So if you don't know Benita, she's another board game streamer. And she is actually playing Dwarf Romantic right now. So I say let's go raid Benita. Say hello. I actually get to meet Benita at Dice Tower West and PAX Unplugged. And she's super sweet, super kind. She plays a variety of board games on her channel and has guests on there as well. So let's go say hi to Benita. Everybody copy the raid messages. If you're a subscriber, you can copy the one with the mama emotes. Otherwise, copy the one with the beautiful rainbow hearts. We'll go on over and say hi to Benita. But thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you, Sam, for teaching me the game. I'm excited to get to play it some more with you in person at Origins. And I just appreciate you taking time out of your day to hang out with me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, everybody else, take care of yourselves. As always, I have such a great community. I'm so thankful for y'all. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Let's go say hi to Benita, and I will see y'all again very soon. Bye.
Later.
Something must fit.